those are all set. Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm looking for something to I'm looking at characterdesignreferences.com, art of animation. And something. Oh, that might be a fun one. All kinds of stuff on that. Very cool. I was very impressed with it. Just keep it going. Let's see. I think I might try Constable Captain Tyler. That's not a super well known one. Neat. Okay, so they got all the character designs done. Super cool. This website is neat. Got sketches, backgrounds and stuff. Oh. I know what I think I'm going to try to do. I think I want to do like a redraw. That's a cool. That might be. One is also very cool. Got all the red. All right. Well, I think I found a cool one to redraw here. There we go. And then, there we go. Okay. Let's start there. I apologize. This is all very, very boring. Just listening to me figure this out. But let's see. Actually, Alex. Where's my? Put that in here. There we go. In a smidge. There we go. All right. So let's pull this over here real quick so people can see what I'm working on once I transition to my screen. All right, 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, we need to transition. There we go. So this is what I'm going to be working from. It was a very cool little shot from old school anime. If anyone knows it, feel free to share that information. All right, so we're just going to hide all of that and then pop a new layer in here. New folder in, drop that, grab everything, put it in here. Actually, let's do that one. Okay, so we got that. There we go. Okie dokie. So let's see, we are turn that on, that would help. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on recreating this, hopefully in a like, more of my style, but recreating it all the same. That bigger. Have a better look at it. Okay, there we go. All right, let's start sketching this out. That is a very bright purple. I think that's a little bit more where I want to be with my purple. All right. Okay. I'll start with the character. This is a very interesting shot because we did include a reflection in that glass, which is cool and not a typical thing. Obviously, backgrounds are done separately. I wonder if that was layered in between. It'd be difficult still because you'd have to make it look transparent. I mean, you'd have to make it transparent, fit it that way, but you never know. They could have done it, they could have not have, I don't know. All right, let's do things. Well, head. Looking down. It's a very interesting setup. Have that set up correctly. More like that. Back to my pencil. Hi, how's it going? A little bit too. Right there. He has a long neck. I'm just putting in the basic information that I have. I have to resize some stuff for sure. Welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to put in the lines that I know I need. Yeah, he needs to be. That needs to be. I have him too. Straight up and down and too far. I don't know, this one's funky. This is one of those times where I'm gonna delete that. I might just have to. No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't need to do that. Alright, so he takes up most of the screen here. Here, right here, and then he starts again right here, here, and so this is his other hand holding that can. Got his body, which that arm is there. This one kind of goes out, over, up. Yeah, see, that's where we kind of lose some stuff. That all off. I know his head needs to sit here, but it needs to be farther forward. Right, yeah, that needs to be over here. And then his neck does that. Nope. That. Let's see, and then that's too much of a curve and too much of a thing in here correctly. I'm something pretty bad. I just don't know what yet. That's the problem. So I just don't know what it is yet. Okay, so I can move this over as well, because that's too. If we do that right there, it's not too bad. Pencil, we go. That. So his neck is going all the way. We need it to go. His head needs to be here. Oh. Granted, his face is kind of the part that goes, but his forehead right over that arm. So that's not really a negotiable situation. Put that cat face. And this. Yeah, this is just awkward looking. Now, hopefully it looks better when I'm done. I really might have to go in here and bring that picture in so that I can get the information. It's very weird looking right now, and I understand that, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. that kind of hides a lot. Neck. We're still really weird looking. Yeah, this is very interesting for sure. I wish I had a better way to kind of put this together. I mean, I could map out using the image in the software and that would help me, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's just focus on what I know, which is chest line will sit there. Side of the chest is like right here. Back comes out a little past that. End of the chest is right here. That arm. The other arm. Part of the arm. Cam. Fingers. Thumb. I apologize. This is difficult. This is not something that I do a lot. I don't do a lot of like redraws. I'm trying to keep the character looking like the character. My artistic skill is rusty and lacking right now for sure. Okay. Yeah, just again, I'm just gonna delete it. Okay, what I think I might try to do here, knock it out. That might be the way to do it. Give me one. I still need to bring in like old brushes that I had saved. I think that's another thing that's throwing me off, is not having access to that stuff that I would typically use. No, I don't know exactly which one that would be. Right here. I like to make a new. I just like to separate it in that way so I know that that's different than what is over there. Okay, so there's a little bit of texture to it. If I bump it up. Okay, so there's, yeah, that could help with what I want to do here. And it does kind of so let's do. I think that might be good for what I'm trying to do. What I'm currently trying to do. Alright, let's see. Throw in. See, like that part makes sense. Got this arm that comes down, that comes back up. I've got the can, fingers, hair. Nope. And okay. I think that kind of helps a little bit. As weird as that may sound, it kind of helps. But stuff where it needs to be. Need to change the settings on this brush a little bit, I think. Okay, texture dance. Oh no, that's the yeah, okay, so there's not really a way to adjust the settings I'm looking to. Okay, so he's looking here, but adjusted. Let's make it bigger. Yeah, it needs to be bigger. That's one of the big thing. Needs to be like right. Okay. This can needs to be much bigger, and like that. Okay, I think we're kind of where we need to be with this information. Let's pop a new layer in here. Let's drop the size of the brush down. Okay. Alright, so let's try one more time. Doesn't do that. Stops right there. It puts it there. There. Here. All right, so we got goes back more like that. Okay, let's bring this back. All right, got the clavicle that kind of comes up and over. That goes into like bicep. Under arm. Right. And this is up. This come on like that. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere now, which is good. Making progress. Sometimes you have to slow down and reevaluate your approach, all that fun junk. Okay, so there, so no, it doesn't go out, it goes in. Alright, and then right here, we have the pack. That's what that comes in. We got the thing. Okay, now we're making some progress. I'm happier with where this is going. Straight like that. Yeah, we'll fix things. It doesn't need to be perfect right now. Okay, kind of like that little meme going around the artists. Make it and then you can make it perfect. Make it first, make it perfect later, whatever. Something like that. I've kind of followed that information, that advice, information for years. That's why I started this channel. Point of fact. Make it first and worry about getting better later, kind of thing. Okay, so this is a good, really good start. Very happy with where this is going. His eyes far back, but that's okay for right now. Put this information in now. That might clue some people in if they're tuning in to who this would be. Push it forward. We'll be adjusting the face anyway. Not a done deal the way it is. A little bit bigger. And I think that does come over here like that. That seems like pretty accurate now. Draw. And we can drop it a little less, I guess. Okay, so that's too far up. That ear. Let's grab that. Yeah, well, obviously it has to drop. There. Ish. Okay, so let's go. Erase this, right? Okay. It's like right around there, I think is where that needs to be. Slide this over like right here. Okay. Now, boop. Okay. And let's cut that right here. There we go. Okay, then back. Yeah. We're gonna go right. Actually, that's what it should be right there. So I'm gonna just kind of lump that out a little bit. There we go. All right. Ooh. All right, so I think that is where that needs to be. Okay. I don't even see his eyebrow in there, but that's fine. Okay. So that's not a half bad start for sure. I think I'm going to, let's see, quick. We can erase this, like, yeah, like we can kind of go through and erase unimportant lines real quick. That one needs to be there, that does not though. Erase that. Okay. Pen. Draw that. So we're seeing it from the side. Want that information there. Okay. And now we can kind of, let's see. Leave that alone for right now, actually. Pull that up a little bit. That's too low. Yeah, we'll put in more detail later. I think that's kind of all the information. wonder if that's why they kind of made him symmetrical. So it would make the this reflection shot easier. So you don't have to think about it too much. Let's see. Technically, this should, yeah, that's pretty close. And I still need to readjust stuff anyway. Again, could go up higher, but that's all right. All right, so now new layer in here, drop that down. So now it's just kind of putting the information down. Again, it's still technically a sketch. And again, if anyone knows, feel free to, or if you want to make a guess as to who this character is, feel free to put that out there. I want that to be a little bit mid, but okay. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. Not just the size. Sure. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, let's just beat everything on quick and do it all with a smaller brush. So I want it to touch that eye, but I want it to like go into it because it's kind of the same thing it does. Let's drop this back a bit. It does go. It's more like right there. There we go. That's what we're looking for. There we go. That's what I was looking for. First one was kind of bad. There we go. Okay. Nope. better. I'll have to come back, kind of adjust that. I don't like how that kind of came out. It's fine. All right, cool. Again, making progress, which is what I'm aiming for here. Give him a pretty dramatic chin there. Yeah. I mean, it's how it should look. Dramatic is just like a frame of reference, I guess. I don't know. There, a little bit better. He has an attached earlobe, which is interesting. And a stud. Give him one really interesting expression. It's not like upset. Kind of appears right here. More contemplative. I'm pretty happy with that part right there. And this part here. A little too sharp there. Okay. Almost. Nope. I'm on hand. Very nice. So close. Okay. Keep hitting the thing. I apologize. This guy. That over there. Got that. All right. Get that to Y. They went pretty well. His fingers. That one's bad. That, I guess. And this one is kind of throw. Okay. Give that a bigger mark. That's fine. All right. Save him. I set up here. To shortcut from no. I forgot. Done that. Throw it. This right here. Oh, that needs down more. All right. A pretty solid little start here. Okay, now identifying marks for our hero or anti-hero. I don't know. Something that was just recently pointed out to me. By recently, I mean like probably a year or two ago, I guess, but if you've ever watched Outlaw Star and then watched Firefly, Serenity, look at the similarities. It's pretty nuts. I didn't ever put that together until someone brought it up. But they basically made Outlaw Star live action because it did come first. With some slight differences, obviously, but keep forgetting that that's what I'm doing. Instead of hitting the eraser, I'm using paint with transparency, which that's what I want to do. I want to change the second option to that. So I don't have to go back and forth and all that. Okay, and then yeah, we need is manly scars. There's one right here. Matches the other one. Okay. 10. typical 90s, early 2000s. Little nose markers. It's not a blush. I mean, it could be, and technically, I guess, is that can is a beverage of sorts. But I don't think that's what it is in this case. No, got those cheek markers. Like, I don't know if that's another tattoo or what. Okay, let's clean all this up. All right, let's see. That's not bad. We are making some serious progress on this redraw. Yeah, we're like hour in, like got just kind of locked down and a little bit more of my style already, which is good because that normally takes a little bit more effort on my end. Let's see, we ditch that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's looking pretty solid. All right, so then a little bit of cleanup here and there, but overall it was pretty solid stuff. All right, yeah, so I think I will should I do another layer? All right, kind of finalize. It's pretty good as is. And I don't do that. Okay, so we need that. What time there? Yeah, that's fine. That's very solid stuff. You can leave it open. All right. Let's see. I think that might need to rotate this. That would be like the only thing. Like, right? Might have rotated a bit too much. smidge. Yeah, that might just be too much. Yeah, let's just leave it right there because it needs to be looking at that. If I tilt it even a little bit, it seems like it's not looking at it. All right, so let's see. I'm not going to go for a fully polished situation here. Erase this guy. And probably a little bit too much. All right. Back to this. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we want it to be right about there. We want it slightly. There we go. Actually, that can is too short. We need to drop that can down. Yeah, let's just do a new layer. So we'll just drop this. We'll pop a new layer in here. Let's fix this can real quick. Right about there. Nope. There we go. So nailed that. I believe. All right. Gonna hit this guy right there. That guy right there. Drop this guy. A little bit more correct length. Sweet. I think we're doing pretty good here. I just want I don't like it. Fix that real quick. And yeah, this is bad. Oh, nope. Right? Cool. Let's drop the brush side. Yeah, I think that's a better option. Okay, cool. Nope. All right. Because that's looking pretty good now, which I appreciate. All right. Nope, that's where I kind of wanted that. Okay. Skew. A bit. Yeah. Yeah. No. All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, that is. Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. There. Okay, let's try and get this. You're right there. And nope. Okay, let's bump the size of the brush. Okay, there. That's better. And then we can drop the size of the brush down again. All right. Nope. I'm gonna do all of the markers, tattoo scars on a separate layer. Yeah, I want that to kind of round a little bit more like that. Okay, yeah, let's hit the eye. All right. Nope. There we go. Yeah, well, that to kind of come. Let's actually, if I do this, let's ditch that altogether. Probably is what we should do. Makes more sense to me. Throw in a small we'll leave it open right now. And okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's a bit too extreme. There we go. That's really loud. I wonder if that's like the park behind my house. All right, so we've got that down. Yeah. Oh, oh. There we go. Okay, let's see. Try and clean this up a little bit now. Yeah, it's going pretty well. All right. Yeah, we're just kind of going through and cleaning up these overlaps for the hair. Just clean everything up a little bit. We're gonna just combine them a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Drop that a little bit more. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Like to clean things. Go. Go. Okay. All right. Really liking this. I think it's good. Let's. I think we'll just kind of, yeah, line this up a little bit better. Outside of that, though, I think we're doing pretty solid work. Bum 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 bum. All right, kind of throw. All right. Cool. Got that and that. Yes, buddy, I know. All right. Okay, so we got all of that done. Then we will pop in there, you know, drop it under this one now. We will put in the obligatory I kind of did it that though, but yeah, we'll do it. Here's to go low. And yeah, throw in the all right. Okay, so then that's raise. This. That's cool. That helps. All right. Zoom out a little bit. Back to my pencil. Fun fact for those who care, this is kind of where I came up with my scar look. That's from this character. I like the way they kind of did it. But it looked cool. It worked very well, so I adopted it. That's why my character has scars that are kind of set up the same way. One of my characters. A few of my characters. More than one with scars. All right, that is pretty good, I think. Back, good enough, at least. All right, so we've got that going, which is sweet. Got another half hour left on this stream, so that's not too bad. I mean, pretty much I've gone through sketching to line art, which is nice. And we can go there. Yeah. We can do the flat colors, so that's nice. Knock that out. There we go. Better. Okay. Yeah, so let's zoom out here. Smidge. Yes. Okay, so we can. I kind of like how this looks. I'm gonna put a little. I'm gonna save this by itself. I'm gonna duplicate these two layers. Oh shit. Duplicate. Oh no, that's the one. Yeah, no, that's fine. That should be down there. That makes sense. All right. So this is what we've got. Adjust slightly. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why that was on still. Cool. That should be fine. All right. So now, clean these up a smidge more, and then we can zoom out, and we can. Everything has a outline, so we could just combine everything. Okay. Merge. Lines. All right. Gonna lock the pixels on this. Now we are going to just put a black outline on everything. I really do like this about Clip Studio Paint. I'm sure all kinds of different ones do it now, but this was the first program I ever used that did it, so I very much enjoyed that. That's one of the reasons I still like using this program. Alright. I don't like that bit right there. It's not the best, but we're gonna leave it, it's fine. Alright, so then let's do the magic wand on here, right? Oh, that's the okay. Alright, so we're gonna go select everything outside, flip it, and then go down one, add a new layer, do that. Now I can do this, and we will be painting inside. That's a nice little touch. Should sample those colors. That's an important part of this. No, I'll just eyeball it, it's fine. So let's go the red here, toward the blue. Let's do that. It's real close to black. It's not black though. So I'm going to do flat colors, and then I will do a pass with yeah, I don't know, figure it out. Bump this up a little bit here. Oh, I am adjusting the brush size again. All right, we do want to go down on the brush size. And again, you don't have to be super precise when you're starting if you don't want to. I try to be a little bit just to make it a little easier, but it's all good. Oh yeah, that's not funny. How about that? It's fine. Alright, so let's slide over. Get this. Alright, so we're gonna zoom out here. And we're gonna go a little lighter on this. So there are parts going to be I'm just gonna color them all in because that's how I'm gonna do it. Right. All right, and yeah, this one right here. Cool. Oh, and then these. So this is when you want to be a little careful, is when you've already gone over an area with the color. You don't want to necessarily have to go back and do it again, but it's fine either way. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna go up here. More. Here. We're just gonna. I'd say like right there, I think, for all of this. Which seems kind of crazy. But it's not. I think I might put actual white in here. The eye. We're just gonna roll with it. Can always come back and redo it. That nose probably should be fixed, but what are you gonna do? Here. I'll probably readjust this blue color a little. I think it needs to be a little deeper. This real quick and hit that. Yeah, I think we can do that. We'll do that for now at least, and then we'll figure it out. Can always adjust it later, it's not a big deal. Essentially, I'm not even going to do a shadow layer on this. I'm just going to hit it with like a highlight layer. Because in this scene it is night and he doesn't have any light in the room. Missed a little section right there, which is fine. So there's only like light coming from outside, moonlight. So he's lit up on certain spots, but nothing too crazy. It's very subtle as far as like light goes. It's a cell shaded, so it's obvious where the light is, which is helpful for me. But it's also not like a intense yellow or orange or anything like that. It's a very subtle, pale. Yeah, this is probably way too dark, honestly, but we can reevaluate at any point and fix it. freaking out. That's funny. Alright, so yeah, I'd say that's probably a little bit too maybe a little bit too, but looks really weird. Yeah, I'd say that's better. All right, and then we can go a little bit. Yeah. Again, not super concerned over certain parts of this. Other parts we're a little bit more careful, but again, if it goes into anything, it's not the end of the world. We'll fix it later. That's kind of my whole thing. Is we'll fix it later. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to hurt us. If we go outside the lines, we'll just fix it. All right. That, and then we need. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Right. Actually, really. Yeah, probably not that. Probably more. Definitely not that. Different, but slightly different. Different enough for it to make a line difference. Okay, let's. Yeah, I think we'll kind of go off of that. Just drop that in. And then drop it slightly. I mean, it's still going to be very bright looking in this image. Not a big deal. And then it's not too bad. Black. There, there. Okay. We can clean this up a bit now. All right. shit. All right. I think we've pretty much cleaned it all up. Fix this real quick. I know. Yeah, I'm left without you, I'm aware. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we got one little spot here, and then we're all cleaned up. Okay, cool. So now, let's see. New layer in. Let's do this. Lighten. Go over here. Look at that. That is too bright. Screen. Dude, yeah, definitely. Right. Okay, so overlay might be what we're kind of tone it down still. A little bit lighter. A little bit. Let's try that. Let's closer. It's not light. Ooh. Soft light could be closer. The other thing I can do is just ignore all of that and just paint it, which is probably what I should do. I just did normal. Got that, so we need to. Okay, we could probably do that. All right, so now let's do. That has to be a different color, so that's another fun little thing to figure out. All right. And we'll go through and we'll adjust, but right now it's not bad. Start. All right. Oh, Sorry. Welcome, welcome. Okay, cool. I didn't miss it, roughly. I mean, welcome. Yeah, it's been a minute. I also haven't been streaming for a little bit anyway, so I appreciate you stopping by. A lot of life stuff going on, but back for a little bit at least. So hopefully be able to be somewhat consistent again. All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay, so then, yeah, we'll need to grab. Well, that's good, I hope. No, that's help me out. Gotta go. Now, go. Right there, I think. Yeah, hopefully that's good. Stays dark, cool. And yeah, that's when it does most of the time for sure. Paychecks are nice though. Again, go back down, grab that, and pop back up. Wait, no, that's not the, I want that color, then back up. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. I think I also got paid yesterday. Always good. That right there. Okay, and then we need to go on down here and up here. Grab that. Down here. This. There you go. That's a bummer, yeah. Good job on you returning the money though. That's always positive. Let's bump this out a little bit more. That's quite where that needs to be. Right there. Cool. and that's better than most people, or better than some people, I guess I should say. Some people just don't care. Luckily, I haven't really had a problem with that, but I certainly know people who have. I myself definitely try to keep my promises. I don't like when people don't keep theirs, so definitely do my best to keep mine. That there. All right. I mean, we've made some pretty solid progress on this little guy. No, that is not again going to help me. A bit more. Yeah. Okay. Like that. Yeah. Like that. I mean, it's still too late. We just need to lighten it, I think. Yeah. That's a bit close to what we're looking for. Alright, and then let's grab that color back up here. That way. This way. There we go. No. It's been kind of dry for me. Buddy, I know. Okay. No. Just go. Yeah, no, not much. But I mean, I at least get to be somewhat creative in my job, so that helps a little bit, but yeah, not much. Yeah, true. Yeah, it was more just I didn't have the time, unfortunately, but agreed. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing it. It's killing me. Let's see. I want that. I want a little bit more. A little bit lighter. Yeah. But yeah, definitely true. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. Other times you just can't. But yeah, there are definitely times when I super don't feel like it, but I try to like make it a priority anyway, because I know I will be upset with myself if I let it go too long, and then it becomes an issue of, well, I just don't have the actual time, which is kind of what happened. Just didn't really have the time. Like last week I had to do stuff, and the week before that I had something going on, so it's just one of those things where sometimes you just don't have the ability, which is fine. Alright, so let's get in here and clean this up now. hard to tell. I don't think there's any really on the back side of the hair. Oh. All right. Yeah, me too. It's something that I really enjoy, and I like to have time to do it, which is why I set this channel up in the first place. I would have the time for it. All right, I think that's all of them. Yeah, and we've gone slightly over, but I mean, hey, that is a solid start for redraw. Looking pretty good. Let's see. So yeah, let's right click, zoom out a little bit so people can see when I bring this over. Let's zoom out on that. Make that. Let's see. Okay, so this, for those who don't know, is what I am doing. I'm redrawing this little frame here. I should really fix that hair. I think that needs to be adjusted, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Looks pretty good still. So yeah, so that's what I'm working off. I wish I was a little bit better with the facial expression, but I think it's a good start for sure. And let's, yeah, that's that. And yeah. So I've made solid progress. I've gotten all of the character done. So next up would be the background, which I will have to do next time. And I am not good at backgrounds. So it's going to be good practice. Yeah. I appreciate everyone popping in, saying hello. Always good to see everyone come through and support me. I greatly appreciate it. Even if you're just hanging out, always appreciated. Thank you very much. I will be back. Yeah, should be back next Saturday, and shouldn't be any issues. If you want, you know, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Kara, all of that. I'm at Zann20. You can find me there. TikTok, Zann20_art. I post videos, time lapses of my work and stuff like that from stream there. If you miss a stream and you want to check out what you missed, you can hit up my YouTube, also at Zann20. All of them are archived there, from very first ones to now. So everything is there and available. And it's a journey if you want to check it out. Anyway, yeah. Thanks again. I appreciate everyone stopping in and hanging out and saying hi.